Welcome, everybody, to the College of Business and Economics 50th Anniversary Virtual Tribute. I'll wait a second here for what I assume is wild applause to die down for a bit. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to the CSUEB Jazz Band for warming us all up. And a special shout out to the guy who somehow played trumpet through a surgical mask. Your musical department must have some very specific classes. So who am I? Excellent question. I probably should have gotten to it earlier. I'm your host today. My name is J.R. Havlan. I am a proud alumni of CSUEB, class of '87. I majored in finance. When I graduated, I moved to New York City, the financial capital of the world, where naturally I became a comedy writer. Now, keep in mind, I graduated in December, just over a month after the stock market crash of '87. So New York at that time was a challenging place, to say the least. I may as well have showed up to interviews holding a cardboard box with like a sad little plant sticking out of it that I would have been walking out of the place with a week later anyway. So I found out, though, soon enough, that my education was worth more to me than I even knew. It was my education that gave me the ability to make an adjustment, to focus on my strengths and have confidence in myself. And after a series of less glamorous jobs, many of them involving me asking people how they want their steak done, I eventually began writing for The Daily Show with Jon Stewart. Pretty good gig. I worked there for 18 years, which I describe as 17 of the best years of my life. But enough about me. We really appreciate you all being here. A lot of people have put a lot of effort into this event, and we have some great speakers and videos in store for you. I know this is kind of a weird way to celebrate a 50th anniversary, but if you think about it, most people who celebrate a 50th anniversary do it by eating Jell-O on a cruise ship. So, you know, in comparison, it's not so bad. This is the CBE 50th anniversary, and we're officially kicking it off now with a year-long celebration with the primary goal of empowering tomorrow makers. I remember 30 years ago when I was a tomorrow maker. These days, I'm a bit more of a yesterday ponderer, but I still have some tomorrows ahead of me. And the education that I received in Hayward has always been the foundation for everything I do, my ongoing desire to learn, to ask questions, to solve problems, and in my case, to then run off and write silly jokes about all of it. The focus of the CBE is transformation. There are many ways to interpret that, but the basis is becoming something that you were not, metamorphosis. In this case, taking students and transforming them into leaders, empowering them to become tomorrow makers. The CBE at Cal State University East Bay is an opportunity. It's literally a beacon on the hill, a place that you look up to. And it has been since way back when I went there, and we didn't even have an exercise room back then. Have you seen the one they have now? It's crazy. I could get muscles in that place. I think back then our library was in a trailer. So it's not just the students, but the institution itself that is constantly transforming, always pushing, always improving, always striving to find the best way to nurture the leaders of tomorrow. That is the College of Business and Economics at California State University East Bay. And that is what we're all here to celebrate today. And right now, I have a great privilege to introduce the man who has provided leadership to this effort for the past 8 years. He is not only a great leader, but also an effective communicator, an inspirational presence. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say it. He's a great guy. I hung out with him. He's an excellent person. And CSUEB is undoubtedly a better place thanks to his contributions. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to hand things over for the moment to the president of California State University East Bay, Mr. Leroy Marishta.